Hey second grade, Miss Pascal here. I am going to be teaching you your social studies lesson today. So you need to get out your workbook. You need a blue marker or crayon, a yellow marker or crayon, and a brown marker or crayon. So if you do not have blue, yellow, and brown in your social studies workbook, go ahead and pause the video and go get them and then press play. Today, we are going to start learning about the 5 regions in Georgia. So we live in the state of Georgia, and there are 5 regions. A region is a kind of land that has a different kind of geography. It has something special about it that's different than the other places in Georgia. So today, we're going to be learning about 3 of those regions. Go ahead and turn in your workbook to page number 6. If you need to pause and turn to page number 6. So on page number 6, we're learning that there are 5 regions in Georgia, and each region has a different kind of geography. So the smallest region in Georgia of those 5 is called the Appalachian Plateau, and it's in the northwest corner of Georgia. It's over here in the northwest. It covers Dade County in the northwestern corner of Georgia. So the Appalachian Plateau is over here, so I want you to color it yellow. Go ahead and color in the Appalachian Plateau yellow. That's going to be the section that's going to be the smallest region in Georgia. And I want you to add northwest for the northwest to the compass rose. So down here, you're going to write NW on your compass rose. That is our intermediate direction between north and west. The next thing we're going to be doing is watching a quick video on the Appalachian Plateau.
We're in Cloudland Canyon State Park. It's in the Appalachian Plateaus. It's in the northwest corner of Georgia, almost into Alabama and almost into Tennessee. We're in the very corner. It's bordered by the valley and ridge to the east and the south, and it's the smallest ecoregion in Georgia. The Appalachian Plateau is called the plateau, as you can see out there and right here, because it is tall and flat. There are lots of greenery. There's lots of lush vegetation. It's kind of like a mountainous rainforest. We usually get quite a bit of rainfall. We have waterfalls here. We have lots of sheer cliff faces, so we get lots of different kinds of birds that like to nest in that, like peregrine falcons and vultures. We can get up to 6 inches of rain in a week, which can be really amazing with these waterfalls. It can dry out and be really hot. It's really rare for it to get into the 90s. That's usually drought conditions for us. The important places to know in the Appalachian Plateau are Dade County and Walker County. And Dade County has a smaller city, it's called Trenton, and then Walker County has a few medium-sized cities. Historically, the plateaus had a really rich mining history. The shell that was really, right now, gives us our waterfalls because it's so soft and easily eroded, was really important because it's intermixed with coal. There'll be big streams of coal mixed in. Well, the way they got the coal out of the plateaus, because of the way the rock structure is layered, they just dug down into the hillside, strip mining. You just dig into the hillside, load it into a truck, and haul it away. Agriculture in the plateau was primarily for your family. It would sustain the family, and that has to do with, goes back to how the rocks are formed. All this sandstone that caps the plateaus is very sandy, it's very acidic, and it's poor for growing these large agricultural fields like you would see in other parts of Georgia. So all of the farms that you would have found here were just small family operations. Everywhere else, it would be a big, massive field. Here, it was just enough to sustain your family.
All right, guys, so that was a quick...
It's not that easy, but...
Sorry about that. That was a quick video on the Appalachian Plateau. If you look down at the bottom of page 6, it says, the Appalachian Plateau has lots of mountains and woods. Lookout Mountain is in the Appalachian Plateau. Circle the picture that best describes the Appalachian Plateau. Go ahead and circle which one you think it is. And I hope that you circled it is this picture over here because it has lots of mountains and woods. All right, our second region that we're going to be learning about today is called the Valley and Ridge region. So the Ridge and Valley region. The Ridge and Valley region is next to the Appalachian Plateau. It's actually right here. And the Ridge and Valley region is in North Georgia. So when you find the Valley and Ridge, I want you to color it brown. If you need to pause the video to color it, go ahead and do that. There are several mountain ridges with valleys between them in the Ridge and Valley region. And mining and farming are popular industries in this region. Limestone is the top product mined here. Crops include corn, soybeans, and wheat. So those are some things that are grown in the Ridge and Valley region. It is a really, really good region for farming. So mining is the process of removing minerals from the earth. We're going to watch another video a little bit on the Ridge and Valley.
We are in the Valley and Ridge region. We are north of the Piedmont and in between the Blue Ridge and Appalachian region. Nationally, it spreads from Alabama to northern New York. It covers about 1,200 miles. It was formed about 250 million years ago when these continents collided and the rocks, the underlying rocks, pushed up against each other. They folded over each other. I like to compare it to gum. Imagine you have about 4 sticks of gum and you layer them on top of each other. And then you push on the edges of the gum and you push it up and it starts to fold. So each layer of gum represents hard sedimentary rock and soft sedimentary rock. Now you cut that top layer of gum off. That represents erosion. As that erosion just really wore on these rocks over millions of years, it eroded at different rates. So the soft sedimentary rocks eroded a lot faster, and that creates the valleys. The soil that comes from those rocks, it's very fertile, it's very thick, and it's really good for agriculture. Now on the ridges, you have thinner, more acidic soil, and that's good for forest regions. So behind me, as you can see, we have a big lake, and in the floor of that lake right there, we have a large valley. And then beside it, we have these large rolling hills. Those create the ridges. The climate in the Valley and Ridge region is very humid, very hot, and that promotes a lot of the weathering and the erosion of the rocks that we find here. The Valley and Ridge region is home to several really important cities. Right now, we're closest to Cartersville. There's also Calhoun in northern Georgia and Dalton. The Valley and Ridge region is very important historically. It served as a very important route of travel for a lot of people through thousands and thousands of years. The Native Americans used it, the early European settlers used it, and we use it now. There are railroads, there are several interstates that pass through it. The Valley and Ridge region in Georgia historically is very important for iron mining. Now, the industry is mainly centered in Dalton with the textile mills. So they create a lot of carpet, a lot of textiles and other materials.
All right, guys, so that was a little bit more about, there we go. That was a little bit more about the Valley and Ridge region, or the Ridge and Valley region. We're going to look at the bottom of page 7 next. So it says, circle the picture that best shows the Ridge and Valley region. Remember, the Ridge and Valley region is the best region in Georgia for farming. So I hope that you circled this picture. This picture shows a man and his horse, and they are working the ground and tilling the ground for farming. All right, so far we have learned about the Appalachian Plateau, We learned about the ridge and valley region. And our last region that we're going to be learning about today on page 8 is the Blue Ridge region. So the Blue Ridge region is in North Georgia, and the southern tip of the Appalachian Mountains is in the Blue Ridge region. So the Blue Ridge region is right up here. And it is called the Blue Ridge region because mountains go through this region. So I want you to color the Blue Ridge region blue. If you need a pause, you can pause the video. The highest point in Georgia is Brasstown Bald, and it is located in the Blue Ridge region. It is 4,784 feet high. That's the highest point anywhere in Georgia, is Brasstown Bald. There are many forests in the Blue Ridge region. And this fact is pretty neat. The first gold rush happened in the United States, and it began in the Blue Ridge region in 1828. Gold was discovered in Dahlonega, Georgia in the Blue Ridge region. That made a lot of people come to this region because they wanted a chance to find the gold. We're going to watch our last quick video on the Blue Ridge region.
We're currently in Black Rock Mountain State Park. The Blue Ridge region, which we're currently in, is east of the Valley and Ridge region and north of the Piedmont region. The Blue Ridge region of Georgia is also home to the highest mountains in Georgia. Brasstown Bald, with an elevation of 4,784 feet, is the highest peak in the state. It's also the home of Springer Mountain, which is the southernmost terminus of the 2,190-mile Appalachian Trail, which extends from Georgia to Maine. The Blue Ridge region of the state is located within the eastern deciduous biome, which has over 90% forested areas. It also receives the state highest percentage in rainfall. The Blue Ridge region of Georgia is also home to some of the most pristine wilderness areas in the state. We have white-tailed deer, bear, bobcat, smaller animals like raccoons, possums, just a wide range of animals. Some of the plants found within the Blue Ridge region are rhododendron, which has a thick waxy leaf, and also mountain laurel, which will have a pink bloom certain times of the year. The Blue Ridge region is home to several counties, some of which include Habersham, Raven, and Lumpkin. Dahlonega, located in Lumpkin County, is the location of America's first gold rush. Mining then was the biggest industry in the state. Now tourism is the leader in industry due to the region's scenic beauty.
All right, guys, that video kind of shared a little bit more about our Blue Ridge region. So let's look down here. It says, circle the words that best describe the Blue Ridge region. Go ahead and pause and circle the words that describe the Blue Ridge region. If you had a chance to answer this question, here is what I hope you circled. The first is mountains, because there are lots of mountains in the Blue Ridge region. The second is highest point, because the highest point in Georgia is found in the Blue Ridge region. The next word you should have circled is north, because the Blue Ridge region is found in North Georgia. The next word you should have circled is forests. And our last one is gold, because of the gold rush. All right. I hope you enjoyed learning about our 3 regions of Georgia. We're going to continue to learn about 2 of them tomorrow, but go ahead and complete the seesaw activity next.